ho, 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 ho. What's good, everybody? It is Monday, June 12th, 2023. This is your daily, and I mean daily, sports betting brand of record. We are called the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. A little bit of housekeeping before we get to the stars of the show. Another solid day at the brand on Sunday, and it was led by our man, AB, our 5-tool player. We told you before the college baseball postseason started that we would be the absolute very best. And we were, and we are. 2 more games tonight. Game 3s. You got Stanford and Texas, and you got Southern Miss and Tennessee. Early Edge in 5 today. We'll have picks on both games, so be sure to tune in for that. Now, it's a busy week in the world of golf. Yesterday, one of the great finishes of all time. Nick Taylor, a Canadian, sinking the longest putt of his career to win the Canadian Open and $1.6 million. This week, Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll get you set for the year's 3rd major. The legend, Steve Scott, will be back with the counselor, Patrick McDonald, and myself as we give you all the best bets. DFS, LA Country Club. The nice thing is, nobody knows this course. It's going to be an even playing field across the board. You need to tune in to the early wedge. All right. We've got some issues to deal with today. We've got potentially the crowning of an NBA champion today. So without further ado, let's bring in the stars of the show. You know him. You love him. Who else is giving you their absolute very best on June 12th? I'll wait. The answer, nobody but us. Larry Hartstein's on a heater. Maestro, how good have you been at SportsLine lately?
It's been a good run, 13-1 in my last 14 plays on the site. I've got 2 up right now and probably going to post a baseball play shortly after the show.
And counselor, we've been killing it in golf. How good do you feel this morning?
I'm feeling really good. You know, at the RBC Canadian Open, we didn't know that course either, and we did pretty well. Almost hit that Tommy Fleetwood outright that Patrick McDonald had. I went 3 for 3 on my head-to-head, so I'm really looking forward to the U.S. Open.
Well, I crushed my head-to-heads too, 3 for 3 for myself, which means 6 for 6 for us. I also hit a little Mark Hubbard top 20 at plus 300. It's just what we do. Early Wedge Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, all weekend, I saw this face on CBS Sports HQ. Proppy, how were the good people over at HQ?
Coach, we love it at HQ. We love it here. I'm just happy to be part of the picture, involved. I'm excited, Coach. Game 5 tonight in the NBA. I'm selfishly hoping that the Heat can pull this out so we can stretch out a little more basketball before we reach the conclusion of this finals.
Did you just say you're proud to be a part of this? Is that what you just said? Were those the words?
I did, Coach.
Interesting. Because in the chat, Austin says, look at the stars of the show, which we're all here. And we all love to tout each other. But I'd love to read a tweet that went out just a short while ago. Good morning. I see people saying today's a dead slate. Nonsense. I'll have some South American picks for us on the early edge. With Sia Nejad. With Proppy. With the Maestro. End of tweet. Next tweet. Uh-oh. Forgot one expert. The coach will be there too. Buckets. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. It's great to see you.
Who do you think would send that?
I couldn't imagine someone would ever forget you. Our fearless leader. No, absolutely not.
Sit and wait. Now, let's get into the marquee matchups because it's a big day. We could have the crowning of a brand new NBA champion. They have been dominant. The man on your screen has been dominant. So here's the numbers. And counselor, I'm starting with you. It is hefty today. 9 points. The total, the lowest it's been the entire series. 208.5. How are we leaning today in game 5 of the NBA Finals?
Well, everybody knows throughout this playoffs, I've been kind of leaning toward the Heat, and I think I have to do it again because I think 9 is just too many points. Listen, I get the game script where the Nuggets run away with this one. I totally get it. But I think the Heat are going to be dialed in. This is not the type of team. They're not coached like a team that is going to just give up and be like, I guess we're going to lose this series. It might be today. It might be tomorrow. Not really sure. I think they're going to be dialed in. And for the record, I think the role players are going to have a day. I think we're going to see some positive regression, especially with the field goal percentage from not just Jimmy and Bam Adebayo, but the role players as well. I expect the 3-point shooting to be up a little bit. And I think 9 points is just too many.
All right. Maestro, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, the series is over. Denver's a better team. They've proven that. But I'm with Sia. You know, I've been on the Nuggets the first 4 games of this series, but I just get a funny feeling tonight with no pressure at all. The Heat can play loose. They shot the ball very well in Denver. And I think when you have the coronation, you have the champagne, you have the trophy waiting, it's just not an easy scenario. You may not be as locked in. They've been amazing defensively the past 2 games. I just think too many points.
Great analysis. Proppy, how are you looking at Game 5?
Miami is the only team throughout this entire postseason that's been able to get a win in Denver. I actually think they have a chance to win outright tonight. Definitely like them to cover 9 points. They're taking this one game at a time. They still believe. Do I think the series is over? Yes, but I definitely think Miami can take this series back to Miami, and I definitely think they're alive, especially when we're talking about 9 points. So give me the Heat tonight.
All right, and just because I can't help myself, Buckets, your thoughts on Game 5 tonight?
Coach, you know me and how much I love the NBA or National Basketball Association. So I'm going to go against everyone here. I think 9 points is a fair line. It might be a little bit too nice to the Heat. Give me the Nuggets -9 all day on this one, Coach.
Interesting. Very interesting. Different angles. Now, speaking of angles, you can get angles all day long. Throw up the schedule because the Early Edge crew is taking over. Today, 4 p.m. Eastern, M Squared. 6 p.m. Eastern, M Squared. Then we got the Maestro. And look, the counselor joining M Squared. It's the takeover. Where? I tell you all the time. Right here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reactions.
The largest final round comeback in 4 championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
John said it best in the chat. He says, Buckets being bold while not even being the top soccer capper on the show today. Truer words have never been spoken. Now, we are up to the segment that Buckets invented. It's called Pick the Prop. Now, yesterday, because we give our social team the weekend off, we hit not 1, but 2. We hit both yesterday. Salvador Perez and Matt Olson hit one to the moon. So today, Kyle Schwarber, +250. Shohei, +300. Rafael Devers of the Red Sox. Horrible uniform in that picture. Awful. Why'd you even make it? Counselor, who's going yard today?
I got to go with the shortest odds here. It's Kyle Schwarber against O. Henry, a underrated candy bar. Of course, that's Tommy Henry. I think he's going to get lit up perhaps by the Phillies. +250 is a fair number.
I have not seen an O. Henry in forever. Proppy, where are we going here?
Synergy. Love where my cousin Sia is at with this. I'm going to go with the homer pick. I like Kyle Schwarber as well. I like this matchup for him against Tommy Henry. He's been equally effective. Schwarber has been equally effective versus righties and lefties. I believe he has 9 home runs versus lefties this season. So, yeah, I like Kyle Schwarber today as well.
Maestro, where are we headed?
Well, Schwarber homered off Tommy Henry 3 weeks ago. Tommy Henry's a guy that doesn't strike out a lot of batters, which is Schwarber's problem. And he's given up multiple homers in 3 of his last 5 starts. Kyle Schwarber.
All right. Now, normally my cappers follow the rules and pick one on the screen. We'll see what happens next. Buckets, enlighten us, please.
Don't worry, Coach. I'm going to keep it on the screen just this once, but I'm going to go ahead and be bold once more. Even if I am the second best soccer capper on the show today, I would like to say that I'm probably the best MLB home run capper. Give me Shohei Ohtani at +300. I'm going to go against everyone on this one. Schwarber might get one, but Ohtani also might get one here, Coach, and I think that's better value at +300.
You say Shohei Ohtani? Is that what you just said?
Is it close?
No, I mean, close is a relative term. Close is a relative term. But we got the pick in. It's official. +300 from Buckets. And Shohei Ohtani. All right. about time to get to our board, and we have been absolutely killing it lately. You know our motto. We just want to win more than we lose every day. As long as we're making money, we're happy. But I also got to pay these. Were you thirsty, Buckets? Couldn't wait till you were off screen?
I thought you had a one shot there, Coach. That's my bad.
Here's a word from another one of our incredible partners for now. Ryan says, at least Buckets was honest. Was I close? I can't wait for that hard-hitting Buckets analysis on Michigan, Ohio State this fall as it comes to CBS. It's football, Buckets. It's football. All right. Now, we've got a full day today. There are 2 college baseball games on the slate today. As I said, I promise you, we will have picks on both games on Early Edge in 5. But also, today's all about the NBA Finals. So I'm going to prop that up. And in the mean streets, even in the morning, they can be dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Propstarz, start us off.
Coach, let's do it. Yeah, we're going to back Michael Porter Jr. over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Listen, it has been a tough finals for Porter Jr. He has really struggled. We've seen both his playing time and his numbers kind of plummet in this series. Prior to the finals, he had been a big-time contributor, averaging nearly 16 points a game in the playoffs to go along with 8 rebounds, 1.5 assists. As a result of his struggles, we're getting a big discount on this line. I largely think his struggles can be attributed to just kind of mental things. I don't think it's anything the Heat are doing in particular. I don't think they're game planning to take Michael Porter out of the game. I just think he's young. He's inexperienced. Mistakes begin to compound when you reach the finals. Everything's under a microscope. He's forcing things on both ends of the floor. I think in this particular scenario, Game 5, heading back to Denver, up 3-1, you're going to be at home. I think there's just going to be a lot less pressure on him to perform. We're getting a huge discount on the line as a result. He can get there in 20 minutes, just needs to knock down a couple threes. I think he's going to be aggressive. I think he's going to let the game come to him. I think we're going to see a vintage Michael Porter Jr. performance tonight. So give me over 16.5 combined points, rebounds, and assists.
Probably wasn't his number at the beginning of the series just for points around 15?
It was, Coach. His PRA line was routinely 23.5, 24.5. So this is a heavy, heavy discount.
Hashtag educate and entertain. Knowledge is power. Do you want to do the work? 8 points. It's gone down. That's when it's like a stock. You jump on it when it goes low. And that's what it is tonight. Proppy, as always, next level capping from you. Now, let's keep that going. Sia Nejad. Now, we knew there would be a little regression. We knew that in order for you to lose a first 5 bet, it would have to be bad luck because it's certainly not the pick. So today, where are we going with you?
Yeah, we're going to the prop market as well. I'm going to dabble in the NBA prop streets. And by the way, a ball hitting second base, that's how we lose our first 5 yesterday. That was not very fun to see. Bayo was excellent. But we're going to go to the NBA. So in these finals, I haven't actually made an official pick on one of these, whether it's a prop or one of these sides. And that's because I've been so busy with the first 5s and, of course, with golf. But I'm going to go with Caleb Martin here, and I'm going to take his over of 10.5 points. You can find this at Caesars at -111. But I'll tell you, if you shop around, you can find this at +100, -105, and some other places as well. Some sports books like DraftKings, FanDuel, shop around for sure. But what I like about Caleb Martin, speaking of discount, and I love that word that you and Proppy use because I think we're getting a discount with Caleb Martin for a couple of different reasons. One is his field goal percentage has been pretty bad. He's putting up shots, 21 total shots over the last 2 games, but he's just not knocking a lot of shots down. His minutes have gone up, and I think that's part of what we're seeing with the discount and the points. I think the market is seeing what he's put out. And over the first 2 games, don't forget, he had kind of flu-like symptoms. He didn't play a lot of minutes, but he's up to 30-plus minutes over his last 2 games. So I think he's going to be on the court a lot. And remember, in that Celtics series, when the Heat needed somebody big to step up outside of Bam, outside of Jimmy Butler, it was Caleb Martin in Game 6 and Game 7 that was really that guy. So in this game, there has to be a third scorer that emerges, maybe multiple third scorers, fourth scorers that emerge. I think Caleb Martin, out of all the role players, is that alpha that will emerge. And I think 10.5 points is very gettable. I would have probably put this at 11.5, 12.5. I like this one.
This is where the sports books missed out on the story. You undersold what happened to him in the first 2 games. His migraines were so bad that he had to lay for 2 days in a dark room with no light and then tried to go out and play game 1 and game 2 of the NBA Finals. Are you going to make shots like that? No. He is healthy now. He's back to, as Sia said, 30-plus minutes. I love this play, but I would encourage you to get it in because this one's only going to go up today. It's only going to go up today. Now, I think we know with the 4 people outside of me where we're going next. However, a very, very quick 20-second story. You guys know I'm cultured, correct? You guys know I have a lot of different interests.
The king of culture.
Thank you. It's the king of culture. I may use that. The king of culture. And one of my guilty pleasures is reality TV. And 90 Day Fiance. And I was watching last night the 90 Day Fiance the other way. It's where Americans go to another country to find love when they can't find it in the United States. And I watched it last night hoping to see EC perhaps. I did not. But what they did do on that particular episode is they talked about how important soccer is to their culture. And I tell you, I'm the top soccer capper in the world. So that's how I do my research. You never know where you're going to find it. And they said that their soccer never stops. Am I bothering you, Buckets?
No, it's just I never understood to what level it took to do the research you do, Coach. That's incredible.
I agree. It is incredible. Now, all the other big leagues and the ones that most soccer cappers like to go, we like to dive deeper. We like to go where other people will not go, like 90 Day Fiance the other way, which brings us to this moment. How did we get here with that story? I have no idea, but we arrived. So, Buckets, if you don't mind, are you okay, probably? Okay? All right.
My wife is going to be so excited to learn that you're such a big 90 Day Fiance fan, Coach.
During COVID, I did a podcast on 90 Day Fiance. Swear to God. A podcast. It lasted for 4 episodes. Like most podcasts, because people are lazy and they don't want to finish. All right, Buckets. There is no Serie. There's no Bundesliga. There's no English Premier League. There's none of that. But we do have a play today. Talk to me.
We absolutely do, Coach. And I've had people tweeting at me all day saying, Buckets, Champions League is over. Serie A is over. League is over. I am scared because I don't know what to do. Well, don't be scared, everyone, because I have 2 words that should instill a lot of confidence in all of us. South American soccer. I'm going to be taking us to Colombia.
Wait.
Do we not want the pick?
Wait.
What?
You just said I got 2 words that's going to make people feel better. South American soccer. No, South American's not 1 word, Buckets. South American's 2 words.
When I put it in my notes as 1 word, I didn't get the squiggly red line saying it was wrong, though, Coach. That's 3 words. South
Shout out
American
to the squiggly red lines.
Soccer.
I am sorry for ruining your flow. My bad. Please continue.
All right, well, I've got 3 words to instill confidence because we've got South American soccer. My bad, everyone. But it doesn't matter because regardless, we're going to the pay window. But we've got to wait till late tonight to get there because I'm taking us to Colombia's top flight, which is known as the Apertura or the Primera A division here. And we've got a great match between the 2 top teams currently in Group A, Alianza Petrolera versus Nacional. And we're going to be taking our favorite bet. We're going to keep this one nice and sweet. Both teams to score currently at -130. A little bit of juice, but I promise everybody, take it now because this juice is worth the squeeze. This match doesn't start until 8:30 this afternoon. And by the time we get there, I think this line will be closer to -160, -170, because the books are going to realize that Alianza Petrolera is one of those teams that plays different at home. Alianza is a pretty good team, but if you look at their last 10 home matches, they have won 9 of the last 10 outright. But more importantly for us, they've hit both teams to score in 4 of the last 5. This is one of those clubs that when they play at home, they don't play defense. They play attacking, aggressive offense because they want to give their fans a show. So they beat teams 3-2, 4-1, 5-2. These crazy score lines where they don't play defense because all they care about is the performance here. Both teams to score at -130 is great value in this match. And I want everybody to get in on it now because this line will move before that 8:30 start time.
Real quick, how do you feel about the over?
Love the over. Over. If you want to get that juice down a bit, take 2.5 with it.
Okay. It's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern start, so it's not till nighttime tonight. It's not like the other leagues. They play in the evening in Argentina, Brazil, all the South American countries. Buckets. All kidding aside, thank you very much. All right. You guys know when the maestro is here. There's only one man that gets to go last, and it's him. So we've arrived. Maestro, I cannot wait for what you have in store for us this morning. The floor is yours.
All right, well, Gabe Vincent got a raw deal in Miami. Coming back from Denver, he had 42 points in those 2 games. He's been outstanding on the road in the postseason, averaging 16 points a game. And did you see those foul calls against him in the second quarter? Aaron Gordon bowls into him. They call the foul on Gabe Vincent. That was his 3rd foul. He got totally out of rhythm, didn't recover, 3 out of 16 in those 2 games, but he's coming back. I believe he's going to get to double digits. This line, we're talking about discounts today all across the board with Caleb Martin and MPJ. This guy was 12.5 points in game 4. Now it's 9.5 points. I love this spot for him on the road. There's some quotes coming out of Miami about how confident they are that Gabe Vincent is going to bounce back. You don't hear the same quotes about Max Strus. He might be a lost cause, but Gabe Vincent will show up. I love this undrafted kid out of UCSB, over 9.5 points. And then in baseball, Elly De La Cruz, if you haven't seen him play yet, you have to watch this kid play. Almost hit one out of the stadium. He flies around the bases, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs against Zach Greinke and the Royals. So far against right-handed pitching, 7 of 15, homer, triple, double, 4 RBIs, and 7 runs scored. I love this kid. He's so electric, and I played him tonight in Kansas City.
8 games tonight on the slate. That game starts at 8:10 p.m. Eastern time. Some of you said, hey, I can't find Bucket's pick. That's the whole point. You got to look for it. At my book, I just go to South America. Boom, it's right there. You got to do a little work. We can't do it all for you. Can't do it all for you. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of the snake on the 1s and the 2s. I love the start to this day. The counselor, 1 prop, NBA Finals game number 5. Caleb Martin, he's all healthy now, over 10.5 points. Then Proppy, same game, different team. Michael Porter Jr. over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Then the maestro, Gabe Vincent over 9.5. Elly De La Cruz in baseball over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in Kansas City. And then buckets in the Colombian Primera. Lanza Petrol. He loves them over 2. Atletico Nacional. Both teams just score minus 130. Zach says, some of us live in Ohio. It doesn't matter where you live. Every one of these books now, almost every single one has all of these plays. Almost every single one. All right, once again, let's remind you where our Early Edge crew is going to be today on CBS Sports HQ. We're taking over starting at 4 o'clock Eastern time, then at 6, and then at 8 all day long. And we will have those 2 baseball plays for you on Early Edge and 5 today with amazing Grace and Frick and Frack and the whole team that's doing an unbelievable job taking over that show from us. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Monday tickets. Let's get up, pay it forward. Let's go straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Counselor, Proppy, Maestro, even Buckets. And don't forget about Snake, always keeping us in line on the 1s and the 2s. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. Right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.